Welcome, race fans. We are back tonight with the Lucky Dog Sim Racing League here, the truck series at Homestead. Boy, one of my favorite tracks. This one in Atlanta, Dwayne, I think are probably my two favorite tracks. I run really well at both of them. So right now, Kenneth Mikesell at the top of the leaderboard. Coming up tomorrow night, we do have the Lucky Dog Xfinity Series. That will be at Talladega this week. Next week, they go to Daytona. That'll be fun to get back to Daytona. All right, let's take a look here at the race analytics coming into tonight. We got 65-degree air temperature, 68-degree track temperature. They're running 100 laps here tonight. It's 150 miles. Power window, these are guesstimates, of course, about 30 to 40 laps. And fuel window about 30 to 35 because they are running 80% fuel. And pit road speed, 50 miles an hour. All right, points being shaken up a little bit more last week, Dwayne. I forgot to pull that up. Hold on a minute here. Doggone it. Yeah, here we go. All right, Gary Slapinski with the point lead there over Jared Daniels. Jared now 67 points back. John Henderson in third, 75 back. John held in fourth. He's 89 points behind. Damon Cox in fifth, 109 back. Vernon Markham in sixth, 115 back. Jeff Gilmore picking up 7 positions last week, Dwayne, and goes into 7th place. He is 120 points behind. Gary Whitmer in 8th, 123 back. Gary Ragland in 9th, 128 back. And rounding out the top 10 is Robert DuPont, which is tied, I do believe, with Michael Pegg. So, Dwayne? Dwayne? I guess he's not. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I had my mic muted, didn't even know it. Sorry. But yeah, Ezekiel Rise currently in 12th position. He dropped 6 because he missed last week's race, and he is 135 back. Sandy Curtis in 13th, 136 back. Joel Guy 14th, 144 behind. Brian Pierce is 167 back in 15th. Tim Rosino is 16th, 207 back. Chris Hogue actually gained a few spots, put him up to 17th, tied with Dan Witt. They are 120 back from the leader. George Rincon in 19th. He is 225 back. And Frank Remuglia rounding out the top 20. He is 226 points behind the leader.
All right, very good, very good. Well, you got you going to run a lap for us here, Dwayne, and we'll ride along?
Absolutely. I'll show you how to get around this track.
Uh-oh. There we go. All right. I'll let you have the mic.
All right. The first thing you got to make sure of, unlike most other tracks, you got to make sure leaving pit road, you use this access road. If you go out to the track and not use this road, you will be black flagged. Get low as possible here. Coming into what would be a green flag if we were doing a qualify run. I want to try to slow up right around that stoplight, those lights on the outside wall there. Let it drift down to the corner. Slowly pick back up the throttle, wide open. Now it will get a little loose on you.
Oh, Nelly.
But you got to save it. You can save it.
Nice save, buddy. Nice save.
You got to just let it go. Get back in it. We'll try again here on our next lap. Yeah, these trucks are going to be loose tonight, Rudy. We're going to see quite a bit of that as the race goes on.
Right.
Try again here. Let it coast into the corner. Slowly pick the throttle back up so you're back to full throttle, and then just let that truck coast itself out to the corner.
Yeah, that was a much better line.
Same thing in 3. You want to just ride down, slowly pick up the throttle again, and just let that truck drive itself out to the wall. There's a lap around Homestead.
All right, very good.
This track is a tough track for some guys. This track is all about throttle control. If you can control the throttle, you're going to be fast here. If you're used to just on the brakes, off the brakes, on the gas, off the gas, you're going to struggle here. You've got to really float it through the corners, try to pick up as much time as you can without scrubbing, and sometimes it's going to come around on you.
Good job, though.
And you know, I look for a lot of guys to that's going to be the trouble spots, really coming off of 2 and off of 4, because if you don't, when you feel that rear end start to come around, you have to lift off the throttle. And if you stay in it and try to catch it that way, well, that's what happened to me. And it's going to come around on you. And if there's guys, the front stretch here is really narrow compared to the back stretch. So if coming off of 4, if that happens in front of a group of guys, there's going to be a lot of trucks involved. Now, they did get rid of the grass area that used to be down there, the blue spot, that blue strip. Used to be grass here, but since they've changed that, it's helped guys be able to save spins a little bit easier. But yeah, this track is not without its dangers here.
Yep. Well, we're just moments away here from qualifying. So, again, thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We do appreciate it. A few guys on the track. Acacia, Dave Acacia back out here on the track. He's a 9th on the leaderboard in practice. Dwayne, boy, you put up a pretty good time there. Less than 2/10 off the leader, man. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I always enjoyed Homestead. This is a track, if you can figure out the progressive banking, you know, this is a track where you can run the low line, you can run the middle line, you can run the high line. You really want to just try to run wherever you're most comfortable. You can be fast anywhere on the track here. It doesn't take a specific lane. Yeah, some loose coming off a corner there.
Yeah, well, there's still a lot of room between you and the wall, so you could let it go to the wall a little bit more.
I might have to start doing that.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I tried to teach Ed how to run this track. Now you did kind of good there, but you hit the wall. But I could not get him to go out to the wall coming out of turn 4. And it took me forever. And he said, man, I'm too close to the wall. I said, Ed, I could drive a semi between you and the wall. and I could have. I mean, you could have put a whole nother vehicle there. You just, when you're inside that car, it's a different perspective. It looks like you're a lot closer to that wall than you really are, you know? And finally he started letting it go a little bit further, and it showed him, you know, that he was kind of misreading that wall. And
it comes up on you quick.
Yeah, he picked up his speed quite a bit. So, all right, well, folks, we're going to step away from the national anthem. We'll be right back with qualifying. So stay with us.
Can you see twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
All right, folks, we're back. Qualifying's just getting started. Nobody's turned in a time. Not quite yet. That's soon to change here in just a second. Small field here tonight. Looks like we may have about 15 drivers or so, somewhere along in there.
I'm counting 18.
18? Okay. Not counting yourself?
Count
don't.
me.
Yeah, and don't count Chris Hogue.
Okay. That would
I think
be
he
17.
Yeah, I think he left. Oh, good lap there by John Held. See if it holds up.
Does not. Gary Ragland and Slapinski.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I kind of figured, what did I say? He doesn't like to show his hand in practice. He comes out here qualifying and just spanks them. We got some more out here, though. Jeff Gilmore, Jared Daniels, George Rincon, they're all on the track right now, seeing if they can top Cone Man's lap time. Jeff Gilmore 5th on his first lap. Yeah, PFW saying hi to you and I there in chat, Dwayne.
Howdy.
He said he likes the paint job. Yeah, we always look at them paint jobs and like them. You know, they're pretty awesome looking. A lot of guys put a lot of time into their paints. Dang, I can't believe we only got 6 qualifiers. Golly, that don't sound right, does it?
Not really. I mean, you would definitely want to qualify here. Track
Yeah.
position is king here. The guy who's closest to the front or can get out front typically stays there. So I don't know.
Well, Robert DuPont's on the track, but he's not going to have enough time to complete a lap, so. Oh boy, he about put her sideways there. All right, that's going to wrap it up.
Wow.
Let's get them on the grid here. And let's see where everybody is going to be. Looks like we got about 18 drivers, I do believe. Take a look at here. Coman coming home with the pole there with a 32.860. Congratulations to him. Jared Daniels coming in 2nd. Gary Ragland 3rd. Jeff Gilmore 4th. John Held 5th. George Rincon 6th. The last of the qualifiers right there. Robert Bears coming in 7th. Kenneth Mikesell starting 8th. Sandy Curtis 9th. And Dave Acacia in 10th place. Dwayne?
Don Davis is going to roll off 11th. Tim Racino is going to start 13th. The reason I skipped 12th is because that's me. I'm not starting this race. Gary Whitmer is going to roll off 14th. Robert DuPont 15th. Thomas Holder 16th. John Henderson 17th. And Brian Pierce is going to round out the field in 18th place. Chris Hogue has left the session.
Yep. All right. Oh, it ought to be a pretty clean race. I mean, there's not very many out there. Let's see, 16 drivers. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah. See, 18. No, I'm sorry. 17 drivers. It shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it should be a pretty clean race. They'll probably get spread out in the first few laps, and we'll have a very fast-paced race here.
Yep.
Homestead, though, Rudy, it is notoriously a fuel mileage race. We usually see guys play that strategy out and get to victory lane, so it's going to be interesting to see the strategies that play out here. These guys have 4 sets of tires total for 100 laps. You might try a three pit stop scenario. Take it 25, 50, and then your last pit stop on lap 75. And then you've still got, and that'll set you up for the end. So we might see some guys try that.
Mm-hmm. I know we were pretty surprised with last night's race there. Not what we expected pit stops at all. And they surprised the heck out of us, man. A couple of guys that tried to do it on one pit stop and long race, but by golly, they did it. So, whole different ball game here tonight. Hey, Brendan.
Green, green, green.
And green is in the air. We are underway from Homestead-Miami.
Well, look at that big jump right there. Jared Daniels couldn't even keep up with him. Wow, it was crazy. That's kind of what I expect tonight. I expect those two to pull away from the field. I really honestly do. And boy, I'll tell you what, it looks like we may be, while they were setting up there for a minute, it looked like they were going to go 3 wide.
I thought they were too, but they keep it sorted here. And this is one of those tracks where, especially on a restart, you have to get as much as you can, because once the tires start to wear here and you fall in line, you're not going to be gaining too much unless the guy in front of you makes a mistake. So yeah, that's why you see them all spread out right now, just trying to get as much as they possibly can.
Well, Kenneth Mikesell, one of the fastest guys out. Well, he was fastest in practice, but didn't qualify and started 8th. So he's got his work cut out for him now.
It didn't take Daniels long to get caught back up.
Yeah, but catching him one thing, passing him's another,
Yes, sir.
But the thing of it is just like, we've seen him do it 100 times. Gary's not going to battle with him. He's just going to let him go, and Jared will get out there and burn up his tires, and then, Gary will pass him back up.
Whoa, battle for 10th spot just heated up. Dirty Don Davis had some contact. He gets through it, though.
Uh-oh.
He got loose coming off the corner. Actually had no contact. Looked like he did, but did not. He saved it, though. That was an impressive save. Now he's just got to play catch-up.
And Jared Daniels just took the lead there in 4. So he'll be coming out here leading his first lap of the race and collecting a bonus point. And boy, it's heating up here from second on back. It's getting pretty warm, Dwayne. Oh, boy.
Yes, it is. And the draft is mostly responsible for that.
Right.
You get a good run down the stretches here, and you make that move out to get beside them. And next thing you know, you're making a pass. The battle for third is heated up. Gilmore trying to get by Ragland on that outside line. He'll have the momentum off the top side and clears him.
Man, I'm telling you.
Like a flying V back there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Ragland gets loose.
Ooh,
Good
man.
save there. And that's what I'm talking. That's what I was talking
Yeah.
about in the pre-race, Rudy. These trucks, it's not just me. These trucks have a tendency to snap loose coming off both 2 and 4.
Right.
So you've got to be mindful of that.
Wow. good battle here between John Held and Kenneth Mikesell.
Inside line will
Mikesell gets
prevail.
it. Yep.
Everybody else kind of single file right now. And I see guys running different lines. Some guys are on the low line. Some guys are running around the top. Like I said, this track is just you got to run where it's most comfortable to you, and that's going to be the fastest way around.
Oh yeah. Kenneth Mikesell all over the back of Robert Bears. You know, and it went just exactly like I figured it was going to go. Gary got out there and led the first couple of laps, and then he just pulled over and let Jared go. You know, no sense in battling hard with them. It's a long race here tonight. They don't want to be tearing up their equipment so early. And no resets. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 resets. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad.
2 resets if they need them, but you definitely don't want to have to use them this early in the race.
No way.
Tim Racino trying to get 7th away from George Rincon.
Sandy Curtis hanging on in 9th. And Gary Ragland there, he actually fell clear back to 10th after that near slip there coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, and you know he lost a lot of momentum in having to save that truck.
Yep.
Now he's just got to regroup, hit his marks again, and start making passes. As Racino has that nose ahead, going 3 wide here for 7.
He ain't afraid of it, is he?
No, sir.
And they're still 3 wide. Oh,
Look
man. Phew, that was real close.
Yeah, I think Tim Racino said, you know what? It's too early for this. I'm going to just let you guys go.
Yep. Yeah, he almost took Sandy Curtis out.
And that's allowed Gary Ragland to get caught back up and try to take a position away for himself. But I tell you what, this battle between Curtis and Rincon is far from over. Yo, it doesn't matter which line you take here. Both lines can be fast.
Yep. Back up front, Jared Daniels continuing to lead. Comes into tonight 67 points back in second place behind Cone Man there, Gary Slapinski. So I figured those two were going to run excellent tonight. You know, they got to try to pull away from third place, John Henderson. And Henderson is all the way back in 15th.
Oh, man, Jeff Gilmore blinking out right in front of Robert Beers.
That's not good.
No, and that's actually allowed Beers to get to his inside. And Gilmore has blinked out completely. He is pinging up to 1100, Rudy.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's not good.
And that's bad for the guy that is around you, because he's trying to run his line and trying to predict where you're going to reappear. You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes that causes wrecks.
Yeah, if you can figure that out, you must be good at magic.
Right? And Gilmore right now,
He's gone.
his quality is down to 82%. His ping over 2,000.
Oh, man. Yep, he's gone. He kind of blinks back in and out every now and then, but
Yeah, right now iRacing has him scored at 11th position, make that now 14th, now 16th as it keeps updating. And he is now way behind the field.
oh. Dave Acacia coming in. Acacia coming in. Oh, and he's blinking too. Wow. Man, you don't think it's maybe a bad server, do you?
I'm not sure. Right now, Gilmore's quality is 95%. Acacia is 94%. Looks like Gilmore's having the worst problem right now. Like those two drivers are having connection issues right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're from two different regions. Acacia is in the Jersey Club, and Gilmore's in the Canada Club. So I don't think it's a regional issue.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the battle for 7th is as hot as it's ever been. 5 trucks involved in this race. And Don Davis is sitting in the back watching all this going, come on, give me a hole here. I need somewhere to go.
All right.
And no changes up front as the top 5 all nose to tail.
Yeah, a little ways back to Gary Ragland now. And he's staying ahead of Sandy Curtis. Now Sandy Curtis has got a mirror full of George Rincon.
Yeah, and these guys are just trying to find their own line, trying to find their own way to get by. Brian Pierce getting up in the mix now with Don Davis. So this is the hornet's nest right here, Rudy. Guys are mixing it up.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here. Tim Racino.
Gary Whitmer trying to get close to this group so he can start playing around too.
And are we going to see a pass here? Racino side by side.
Oh, they
Contact!
touch!
Oh,
Yep.
Sandy Curtis into the wall.
And 2 trucks with a lot of damage.
Oh, man, we got, yeah. Brian Pierce is going to have to come to pit road. He got the worst end of that deal.
Yeah, his motor is smoking.
Well, there goes first reset we've seen tonight, maybe. Oh my gosh.
They kept it going straight. Nobody spun, so no caution. We stay green.
Dang, that was pretty rough.
Yeah, it's for Sandy and for Brian Pierce. It's going to be a long race to try to come back from that.
Yep. We're not that far away from first round pit stops anyhow, probably about 7 to 10 laps. Within the next 10 laps, I'd say we'd see somebody coming into pit road. So I think what you were talking about there is doing it, in thirds.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see somebody around 33, 35, somewhere along in there stop. And then maybe like 60 to 66 laps for second round, and then finish the race. So could see that. I don't know. Everybody does it a little different,
and it's the strategies is what makes this race interesting.
Yep. Kenneth Mikesell is still really squirrely coming out of the corners.
Yeah, and you know, some tracks you go to, the car will get, or the truck will get tighter as you run along and the tires wear, but not here. The more that fuel burns off, the less weight is on the rear end. It actually makes them more a lot looser than when they first start the run. So that's kind of why you see a lot of guys just taking it easy. A lot of guys preferring that outside line because you don't have to turn the wheel as much. But yeah, really the middle lane to the outside lane is where you want to run right now.
Now, Gary Whitmer back in 11th after starting 14th tonight. So he has found the loud pedal. We're glad that he has made contact with that loud pedal. Just picking on him.
John Held trying to get Kenneth Mikesell back one spot. He wants 4th position. And he'll get it. And that was a classic let him go move right there. Textbook almost from Mikesell. Yeah. He did it in such a way that he didn't slow his own momentum and didn't disrupt Held either. Just let him go, and they keep trucking.
That's great. Robert DuPont picking up a lot of positions out here, Dwayne. Darren. He's come from 15th to 9th. Darren.
Yep.
I don't know where the heck that came from.
I don't either.
Man, I don't even know any Darrens.
And he's just cruising right now. You know, he's not abusing his tires. He's just taking it easy. That's part of the why he's been able to get by some of these guys is they're starting to drop off, but he's still running consistent lap times here compared to the other guys in front of him. So look for him to keep coming to the front.
Yeah, very good for Robert DuPont. Dirty Don Davis. And the old Mater truck, the tow Mater. Without the tuh. Like a tow Mater without the tuh. Gary Whitmer in 12th place. Thomas Holder. Haven't talked about Thomas tonight. He started 16th, and he's up to 13th. And I think we're getting pretty close to first round pit stops here for most people, folks. Dwayne, they're getting here.
Yeah, they've been out there 30 laps. They definitely are running on fumes at this point. I would be surprised if we don't see everyone on pit road in the next 10 laps. And if I'm one of these guys back here, 5th, 6th position, who's a couple seconds off, I might try to come in, you know, a lap or two early just to try to make that up on fresh tires.
Well, it's going to be a battle of the... We got Cone Man is right there on Jared now. And he's driving it in a lot deeper in the corners, too, than Jared is.
And you see that run that he got from that high line as he goes low. Daniels is just going to have to let him go. He's going to try to pinch him down here. But it looks like Gary's going to just power through the corner and take the lead back outright.
Yeah, very good. Well, Jared led to 28 laps, so that's pretty respectable.
John Held gives up 4th position to come down and take tires.
And I don't blame him. I'd want new tires myself.
Jeff Gilmore on pit road as well. Now, this is going to kind of force everyone else's hand, whether they want to pit now or not. They need to.
Well, I'll tell you, since Jared's not out in that clean air anymore, That truck has really tightened up a lot, Dwayne.
Yes, it has. Robert Bears and Kenneth Mikesell giving up third and fourth to come down and make their stop.
Yes, sir.
You're these two leaders. You can't stay out much longer than this.
No, I wouldn't. And here comes the leader. He's coming in.
And Daniel stays out.
Yeah. How many more guys are going to follow here? Tim Racino's coming in. And, yeah, so let's see, there was another one here. Robert DuPont's coming in. Thomas Holder, he's breaking off.
If I'm Jared Daniels, he's got to be coming in this time.
Yeah.
He's just going to start losing time here.
That is true. And I think he is, yeah, he's coming in. He knows that, yeah, that cost you dearly. Those
3 wide through turn 4. As some guys are breaking off to pit road, they almost had an incident there.
Oh, boy.
John Held gets through it, Robert Beers as well. So no harm, no foul, but that was a close one, Rudy.
Oh, Gary Ragland stayed out to lead a lap. Got that bonus point, and he needed it too, Dwayne. He was a 9th place in the points coming into tonight, 128 points out of the lead. So every bonus point he can get from here on out, it's going to be very important.
And Slipinski is going to bypass Daniels here. Daniels just now coming off of pit road, not up to speed.
Yep.
Slipinski's going to gain quite a bit here just from that alone.
And I think Gary Ragland, I think he's dropping down here. I think he's going to be coming to pit road here, Dwayne. Yeah, he's coming in. So that's going to leave John Henderson, the last one. I don't know if he's going to, I think he's going to stay out long enough to lead a lap, looks like. Yep. And he gets a bonus point. And we'll see him coming in. He's going to be the last of the stragglers to come in. So getting about 36 to 38 laps on a tank of fuel. That's pretty good.
Now that was a huge break for both Sandy Curtis and Brian Pierce. Rudy, remember they had that accident earlier.
Yeah.
Now that it's cycled through, they've been able to catch back up. They're now back on the lead lap and picked up a few spots as well. Now up to 8th or 9th and 10th respectively.
Yep. And here comes John Henderson in. So that will give the lead back to Coneman when he comes around.
And he's got a 1.2 second lead over Jared Daniels. The difference in 1 lap between their tires. And you see Lipinski just kind of ease it into the corner.
Yeah.
He starts out at the wall and just kind of lets the truck drift down to the center and then lets it drift back out to the wall. He's probably going to do that here in 3 as well. Start way out by the wall. Don't force the truck down there. Just let it drift as the speed scrubs off. Then let it drift back out to the wall. And that's what he's got to do to stay up front. And not only is he gaining speed by doing that, he's also taking it easy on his tires.
Yep. Yeah, Jared is right there, 0.6 of a second now. And Robert Bear's into 3rd, Dwayne. This is pretty awesome. He's been really showing a lot of power this season, Robert Bears. So, yeah, he's been having some decent finishes. He just got to get on the leaderboard here. John Held in 4th.
And the cycling also worked out for Jeff Gilmore, who had connection problems earlier and went a lap down. He's now back on the lead lap, fighting for a top 10.
Well, he just held off Sandy Curtis there. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Sandy made a heck of a charge on him, and then I don't know what happened. The truck got super tight on him or something. He had to lift out of it and get off. Man, he was like going clear up against the wall. Brian
one
Pierce.
truck a lap down right now, and that's George Rincon. All 17 trucks that started the race still in it.
Robert DuPont in 10th. Coming up on the halfway mark here in about another 8 laps, Dwayne. So, boy, I'll tell you what, it's been a fantastic race so far tonight.
Yes, it has. No cautions.
Yep. Very good. 6 lead changes, and that was just among, I think, 3 or 4 drivers. So,
Well, it's about that time of the race. We're not yet halfway. How about some crank it up?
hey, let's do that. Yeah, let's do a little crank it up here. All right, we're back, folks, and boy, some good battle going on back here for 8th and 9th. Gary Ragland and Robert DuPont battling it up hard.
And it looks like they've got that settled for now, but we'll have to see as this race goes on if that doesn't pick up again.
Yep, and we got Sergeant Pierce, Sandy Curtis, and Dirty Don Davis in a good battle back here. Pierce takes it to the bottom. Curtis up high. Curtis looking to get that run off the corner, and so far it's been working for him. And here
now,
goes.
but
Huh?
Daniels has caught Slipinski, but hasn't been able to make a move to get by him yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's starting to get to the point where Gary's not gonna. He might let him go here, but you know, when we get a little closer past the halfway here, I don't think he's going to want to let him go. You know, you want to try to stay ahead of him,
Right. And that may be what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. He really doesn't want to let Jared get the lead again. Because Gary wants to come in here and lead the most laps and everything, you know. So
and the connection problems continue for Jeff Gilmore.
Man, what a bummer, you know?
Yeah, and that's a very frustrating situation. You're sitting there, you're not doing anything wrong, but for whatever reason, your internet, it could be a provider issue, could be a router problem, hardware failure, and I always equivalent it to, in real life, like a blown transmission. Maybe it's popping out of gear on him.
Yep.
Something similar to that when you have connection issues, and he's just got to battle through it, and hopefully it clears up for him before we get to too far into this race. He was able to work he dropped down to to 16th there, and has worked himself all the way back up to 7th. He's got to hope that clears up here. And now he's gone again.
Man, I'm telling you, that has got to be so frustrating for him and for the guys around him.
Yeah, because when you're driving and the guy's blinking like that, you don't know if he comes back, if he's going to be in the middle of your car, if he's going to be to your outside, and
right.
iRacing door slams him into you. There's a lot of unknowns, and usually it ends poorly for all those involved.
Oh my gosh.
And it's got to be nerve-wracking for Robert DuPont. He's trying to keep in the throttle, but you just, with that guy blinking out in front of you like that, you never know where he's going to reappear. And because of that, he's losing time.
There's somebody else coming to pit road.
David Acacia.
Yeah, Casey is coming in. Yep.
And Gilmore finally had to, looks like he has lost connection.
Aw. Man, that's too bad. Yeah, he disconnected from TeamSpeak too. Maybe he's just decided he's just going to go, maybe restart his equipment or something, restart the router and modem, or see if he can get back in. But at this point, I really don't think it's going to matter a whole lot.
Right. Not that many guys are laps down. Acacia and Rincon are still out there, so they're going to pass him up. I think he is done for the evening.
But Jared Daniels, boy, he is all over the back of Cone Man, man. He is not letting him get out of sight.
No, and he's got a little bit of a run there. Can't get the move down to get by him.
And they got to get clear out of the gas like that. That's amazing.
And you just let it coast into the corner. And then when you feel like you're through the apex, you slowly get back to full throttle.
Jared, he looks like he may have something for him, but then, I don't know. He's trying every single line out there that he can think of. Now maybe once we get through the final pit stop here, things may change. We'll have to see. I think if it was me, if I was Jared, when I seen Cone Man coming to pit road, I'd come with him.
Try to beat him off pit road.
Yep. See if you can beat him off of pit road.
And see, he wants to take that low line, but the high line, it is a fast line around here. Driver's instinct, go to the bottom, you can get by them. But because of the progressive banking this track has, you're just as fast on the high line as you are in the middle or the bottom. That has not allowed Daniels to really make a move.
And them two are just right on top of one another.
About 10 more laps, we're going to see the second round of pit stops.
Yes, sir. Getting that time of day.
And you're not missing much throughout the rest of the field right now, as the field is pretty well spread out. The closest two trucks are Sabinski and Daniels. Rudy, we haven't had a caution yet, so we haven't had a chance to really do a full field rundown. We should probably go ahead and do that now. Coneman currently scored as your race leader. Jared Daniels in second. Kenneth Mikesell started this race in 8th position. He's now up to 3rd. Robert Beers currently in 4th. And John Held gives up the 5th position where he started to come down pit road.
Yes, sir. It's that time, isn't it?
It is, and that's going to move Tim Racino up to 5th. He started this race in 13th. Gary Ragland currently scored 6th. Robert DuPont 7th. Don Davis in 8th. John Held in 9th now as he's making his pit stop. And John Henderson, the top 10. Gary Whitmer in 11th. Sandy Curtis 12th. Brian Pierce 14th. He's the last car on the lead lap as he's in pit road. George Rincon 1 lap down in 15th. And Dave Acacia still out there 2 laps down in 16th place.
Yeah, now we're just,
as they run.
Just waiting for the leaders to come in, and I look for that here in the next 4 or 5, 2 to 4 laps. I'll say it that way, 2 to 4. Ain't going to be long here.
Yeah, they've coming up on 30 laps. They've been out there. Last time, the last run, Lubinski ran 35 laps before bringing it down pit road. We'll see if he comes early or does the same here. Robert Beers on pit road now.
I would say Coneman's going to stick with it. You know, whatever he did on the first round, he's going to do exactly the same. He's all about consistency. Mike Saul, 3rd.
That was the first time I've seen Coneman run that high line in 3 and 4. He's been consistent at it in 1 and 2. That's the first time I've seen it run in 3 and 4, and he actually gapped Daniels a little bit there by doing so.
He's looking around for something with older tires that, to find grip.
And there he is, right there up against that wall. And again, gaps him just a little bit more. Now pulls out to half a second. So looks like Coleman's found something here as these laps start to wind down. Mike Sell now giving up 3rd spot to come down pit road. Everybody behind him's coming. Oh, Gary Ragland head first into pit road wall. There's a reset.
Oh, yep. Oh, it's so easy to do here. You hit the brakes, try to slow down, coming off the track, and man, it's so easy to do.
Yeah,
Robert DuPont, 3rd. Yeah,
the brakes are cold. You don't use that much brake here. If anything, you Whoa!
Oh, Jared Daniels.
I thought he was gonna. Man, he
Oh my
almost
gosh.
lost it there. That was crazy.
Yeah, here they come, him and Cone Man coming into pit road. Let's see who's gonna come out first.
Yeah, well, you called it, Rudy. You said Jared should come in with Slapinski,
Yeah.
and here they are.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're about right on the money together here. Oh, look at that.
And Slapinski will win the race.
Wow. In together and out together. That's pretty awesome. Well, Dirty Don Davis took the point here. Let's see. Did he get the lead lap? He will
Yes.
right here.
Yes, he will.
Bonus point for Dirty Don. Big Don.
That leaves our top 4 who have yet to be on pit road.
And I don't, they can go a little bit longer here. And then I would say it's not really going to benefit them to stay out much longer. They do need to think about it. Looks like Don is going to come in maybe. No, he's going to stay out. Okay.
Yep, looks
I
like he
thought
was just
maybe-
letting
yeah.
the fresher tires by.
Yep.
And Robert Beers.
Yep, Gary Ragland going to get by.
Yeah, he's already stopped for his tires as well. So these
Yep.
guys are getting their lap back the hard way.
Yeah.
And that'll leave 10 trucks, or now 11 trucks on the lead lap.
I would think Don would just say, heck, I'm going to pit road. Here he
And it
comes.
looks like he is going to come in this time.
Yep. And John Henderson's coming in. Now let's see if Gary Whitmer comes in. I think Gary he's going to stay out and lead a lap. And I don't know if he made it. Did he make it?
did.
Yep, he did. Wow, good deal. All right, so Gary can come in now, and Thomas Holder, they got to come in. And then once that all cycles out, Cone Man's going to be back in the lead.
Yep, and he's got almost a 1 second lead over Daniels right now.
Mm-hmm. And here comes Gary Whitmer in. Now, I don't know if Thomas Holder, if he's going to stay out to lead a lap. Looks like it. Yep. Oh, boy, I don't know if he's going to get it. Yeah, he may not.
No, he will not.
Oh,
There,
no.
you
Cone
got him at
Man.
the line.
He's a golly, man. All that to try. Good try, though, Thomas. Man, that was so close. Here, Daniel gets by. So Thomas should be thinking about pit road here right now. He should be coming to pit road.
Yeah.
The
Did
leader
not
passed
quite
him.
work out for him
Yep.
there like he was hoping.
Here he comes. He's coming in. Yep, he said, all right, enough's enough. Got to come into pit road.
Everyone making their final stops here. We're good to go to the end. And at this point, 27 to go, even if they do have a overtime, which doesn't look like we're going to, everybody can make it. And we may have something else going on here, Rudy, that we really haven't had an issue with. Cone Man, he is only 2 seconds behind Sandy Curtis and John Henderson. We may have some lap traffic help settle this score before the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes you wonder if Jared may be able to play that lap traffic a little bit there to try to get by Cone Man. If he can clear Cone Man, he may have the win in the bag. But boy, it's going to be tough to get by Cone Man right now. He does take over the most laps led. Jared can, let's see, he can still beat him. Yeah, he can still beat him, but he would have to take over and lead the rest of the laps here in about another 5 laps, and then he can get the most laps led.
Right now, this is our closest battle on the track, the two leaders once again.
Yep.
Although Gary Ragland is closing on Robert Beers. That's a battle for sixth.
All right. Coming to 24 to go this time by. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the Xfinity series for Lucky Dog Sim Racing. And Dwayne and I'll be in here covering that. And that will be from Talladega.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it. We'll see a lot of three-wide racing tomorrow. If that's your thing, this is where you want to be.
Yes, sir. Now, I was thinking about this.
Thomas Holder almost spun it, and he's down out of the way. Sorry, not to interrupt you, really, but looks like he was going to try to get by Tim Racino, and looks like the rear end just came around on him. But he saved it, and we're still green. And for Thomas Holder, he's got the freshest tires out there. He wants to run with these guys, but he also doesn't want to mess up their racing either.
Yeah, he just brushed the wall there just a smidgen. Not much. Yeah, he wants to have a little fun, too, out there racing each other, you know. Heck. Well, Cone Man's starting to stretch that lead out just a little bit again. He's out to about almost 1 second.
Yeah, and then it's from Cone Man, it's 7.5 seconds back to third place, John Held.
Yeah.
Who's in his own battle right now with Kenneth Mikesell.
Yeah, good job. That's a good battle between those two. Mikesell takes a look to the inside of John Held. And he gets that position. John didn't even fight him.
Yeah, no, I think John's just trying to save his tires.
Yeah.
John was one of the first drivers to pit, and he's got significantly older tires than everyone else, about 5-lap tire older than Mikesell. So not going to hold him off, and he knows it.
$20 to go.
There are 11 trucks still on the lead lap. The next one to go a lap down would be John Henderson, and he is about 3 seconds ahead of our leader right now.
Yeah, I can see him up there. Of course, Jared just hanging here, about 6/10 off of. It's like they go 6/10 to 8/10. It's back to 6, back to 8. It's kind of fluctuate a lot, you know.
Yeah, it seems like Slapinski really has turns 3 and 4 figured out. Pulls away a little bit through 3 and 4, and then Daniels gets it. What little he lost, he gets it back in 1 and 2, and that's really frustrating as a driver because you see it go down in 1 and 2, and you're like, okay, I'm catching him, and then he pulls back away from you in 3 and 4, and you're just like, what else can I do here? I'm just riding right now.
Well, if you're just joining us, folks, we've been caution-free the whole way. Be coming up on 85 laps here in a couple more laps. So, man, it's been great racing, and it's been these front two up here that have been doing most of the battling. And let's see, 18, 47. All right, Cone Man leads this lap. He will clinch most lap lead.
He's going to do it here. And Gary Ragland finally gets to Robert Beers here. They're side by side through 1 and 2, and Ragland will take over 6th position.
Yes. All right, Cone Man clinches the most laps led with 48. Nobody can top that. Not even Jared Daniels. Even if he led all the rest of them here, he couldn't do it.
Another bonus point for your points leader.
Yeah. John Held into 4th, and that's where he is going to stay. I don't think there's anybody around him right now, Dwayne, to battle him. You know, it's just he's just gonna have to stay there. Quite a ways back to Tim Racino. I'm impressed with Robert Bears, but golly, man, I really thought he was going to be up there a lot more. He's just back where he started from, Dwayne, 7th place. Really thought he was going to do better than that tonight, you know?
Yeah, he had made his way to the front there, but I think he had some pit road issues. Was kind of slow in the pit box there, and that's what cost him. He's now back a little ways, but still on the lead lap.
Yeah. Well, Dave Acacia is out of the race along with Jeff Gilmore. So we've lost 2 drivers tonight. We still got 15 on the track and 11 of them on the lead lap. Last one is John Henderson. But let's see, he's probably about 5 seconds ahead of the leader right now.
Yeah, and he just passed up George Rincon, who's already 1 lap down.
Right.
George just hanging on, trying not to go 2 laps down as Slapinski is closing the gap.
Oh, man, back up front. Cone Man stretching that lead out to 1.1 second. I don't think there's anything Jared's, I don't know, unless he's saving something here, cooling his motor down, cooling the tires down to make a late race run, but I just don't think he's got anything for Cone Man right now.
No, it's going to take a caution to get everybody caught back up, let them use their last set of tires. That's what it's going to take to get back to Gary. This is pretty much Slapinski's race to lose at this point.
Right. Well, he's pretty much already won, you know, if you think about it, because of all the points that he's excelled on tonight. You got to give it to him here for picking up all the points that he's got. With a 67-point lead coming into tonight, all he's going to do is extend us a little further.
Yes. You don't have to win them all, but it helps.
Yep. Probably by maybe 6-7 laps. He ought to be able to stretch that out over Jared Daniels.
10 laps to go from Homestead-Miami.
We really don't have any tight battles on the track right now. Don Davis is trying to chase down Brian Pierce, but gosh, it's 3/4 of a second up there. But Don Davis has ran good tonight.
Yes, he has. Still in the top 10.
Yeah, old Big Don. Big Don. Big Bad Don.
Yeah, Jared Daniels has used up his stuff, Rudy, and he's dropped to 2 seconds now behind Slapinski. You say Cone Man just has this place figured out, has the trucks figured out for sure.
Yeah. Kenneth Mikesell, fastest in practice, did not qualify tonight. has got himself into third, running excellent here tonight. John Held, he started fifth, running in fourth. Tim Racino started 13th, running in fifth. Gary Ragland started third, still hanging on in sixth place here. Top 10 for him tonight. Robert Bears started seventh, running in seventh. Robert DuPont, one of the biggest movers out here tonight, started 15th, running in eighth. Brian Pierce started 18th, running in ninth, another big mover. Dirty Don Davis started 11th, running in 10th, only picking up one position. John Henderson started 17th. I haven't seen a whole lot of him up in front here, but he's hanging on to 11th right now. Gary Whitmer started 14th, running in 12th, one lap down. First car, a lap down. Sandy Curtis, also lap down, started 9th, running in 13th. Thomas Holder, also lap down, started 16th, running in 14th. And the last one on the track, George Rincon, started 6th, running in 15th, one lap down.
Yeah, and he's just 1 second now ahead of Slipinski.
Yeah.
Trying to stay one lap down. But I don't know, Slipinski's truck just seems to be on a rail. See him move to that high side through 3 and 4. And that's where he's been strongest on these old tires.
That's the old, what do they call that? The
Dale Jr.
Kyle
line.
Larson? Huh?
He's running the Dale Jr. line.
Yeah, or Kyle Larson, one of the two.
Yeah, they're both
Yep.
up.
Yeah, I think it started out as a Dale Earnhardt line, and then Kyle Larson started using it, so they called it the Larson line. So
Yep.
yeah, Jared now is 2.9 seconds back. He's still
Yeah.
3 seconds ahead of Mike Sell. I don't know if Mike Sell can get to him or not.
Yeah, probably not here as we're coming to 3 to go. I think Daniels is going to be comfortably in second.
Well, let's see. We got Jared in here. I don't see Kenneth Mike Sell in here, though. Let's see maybe if we can get them to get him in here. All right, coming to 3 to go this time by for our leader, Cone Man. Got a 3.3 second lead over Jared Daniels. And it just keeps growing by the lap, doesn't it?
It does. Lipinski has that truck on cruise control right now.
I'm going to get 2 to go. Jared has done everything he knows to try to keep up with them, and nothing has been working. So 3.5 seconds back as they take 2 to go. Well, it's been a long race, but yet it went by pretty quick, didn't it, Dwayne?
It did. We just hit the 1 hour mark here, and when you run caution free, they go by quick.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. No overtime tonight. White flag in the air. One more time around for Gary Slipinski.
He will lead 64 laps. I'm not going to say it was a shellacking, but it was a pretty good whooping.
It was, especially there at the end when he was able to pull out away from the field there. And you know Jared was giving it everything he has, burned up his stuff, and that's why he's now 4 seconds back, just trying to get there. Through 3 and 4 for the last time tonight. Gary Slipinski brings it to the checkered flag. He makes it 2 in a row and his 5th win on the season.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, we'll get these guys up here just a second, folks. We'll talk to him about his win here and catch him doing his burnout. right, we caught up with the winner here as he's getting ready to do his burnout. Man, what? I'm not going to say this was a shellacking here tonight, but it was a pretty good whooping.
Oh yeah, felt pretty good. That last pit stop, I don't know if it hit the wall, Jared, or what, but I just felt like I was starting to pull away, and I'm not even sure why.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, man. Well, you leading 64 laps, a pretty dominating performance. It was really looking like Jared was going to have the car here tonight. I thought he was, man. I really did think he was. But
but in here was I burned up my tires coming off on that last pit stop trying to catch up to him, so I didn't have anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what we kind of figured.
I just felt like we got into the pits at the same time.
Yeah.
We came off the pits, and I was like, "Whoa, wow!"
Yep.
I got out of the pits pretty quickly there.
Yeah,
you had a better
guys-
exit than me.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, he's got to catch up a little bit," but I didn't think that because I was not really driving that hard. And I wanted him to catch up to me a little bit so I could save some tire. But maybe I was not really. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the temperature too. Maybe the sun was starting to fall and it was going more
Right.
to my driving style. But I don't know.
Could
It
be.
just felt like it felt pretty good to me.
Yeah. Well, so this is going to be 2 in a row, from what I'm understanding. 2 wins in a row for you, Gary.
Yeah, I mean that Gen 6 and
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a win out of that series yet, and
Yeah.
I finally pulled one out, and it felt pretty good.
Well, yeah, you come home here with your win. You said you loved Homestead. I'm with you. I like Homestead. It's a fun track to drive. I think this one in Atlanta are probably 2 of my favorite tracks. But you come up with the win tonight. Don't know where you guys go to next week, but what is it?
Pro Club.
Oh, Auto Club. Okay. What do you think about Auto Club?
Oh, I like Auto Club. It's a little
Okay.
bumpy, but I kind of
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, I like it.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, who you got to thank for your win then tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank my family and a couple of my friends out there today. They're watching me tonight. Hopefully, they're watching me tonight. I get a chance to get on the YouTube there, to say. But if they're out there, I got a win for those guys, my work buddies, and my family. I said my family, you guys, MaxspeedTV, and everybody out there watching.
All right, very good. Go celebrate that win, Gary, and I guess we'll catch up with you tomorrow night in the Xfinity series, right?
Oh boy, yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
All right,
Dwayne, you got second?
Yeah, caught up to Jared Daniels. Jared, man, you did everything you possibly could to try to catch and get by Slipinski. His truck just seemed to be on rails tonight. But no slouch yourself. You had quite a good-sized lead over third place as well. Talk about your racing out there a little bit.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be tough tonight. Gary's fast, man. I mean, I try to beat him every week. He's fast. I tried to play the tire game a little bit. I did pass and take the lead at the beginning of the race there, but I was still kind of saving. I knew I was doing a good job saving. Gary pitted, so I waited one more lap, and then I pitted. And then I kind of stayed with him from there. I thought, well, since he's so fast and he wins a lot of races, I thought, well, I'll just stay behind him, save my tires, and maybe I can get him after our last pit stop. But I kind of spun the tires coming out of my box there, and he got a pretty big lead on me coming out of the pits. So first 5, 6, 7 laps after that last pit stop, I kind of burnt the tires up trying to catch up to him. So.
Yeah, now we noticed you guys moving around the track. Sometimes you'd run high in 3 or 4, sometimes you run low. Was that more a product of the tires, or was the truck just trying to search for grip there?
No, that's definitely tires. You just kind of slowly move up the track as the run goes on, bottom lane, maybe at first. Some guys will run just a lane up even at first, but I usually start at the bottom, then I move up about midway through the run. I move up about a lane, and then with about, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 15 laps to either go to the end of the run or the end of the race. I usually move up to that high line. But there at the end, I was trying different lanes only because I was having trouble catching up to Gary. So I was doing some lanes that I normally wouldn't have done, but I was just seeing if I could gain any time on him. And I couldn't. He was fast at the end, and as you can see, he pulled away from us all.
Well, can't hang your head about second place. Now you guys go to Auto Club Speedway next week. How do you feel about your chances there?
Any of these tracks, Auto Club, Miami, Homestead-Miami, I like my chances. I think I got a good truck. I'm with Gary. It's bumpy there. It'll wear you out, especially in these trucks. So not looking forward to that. But I think if I can keep it clean and keep the tires under it, I think I got a pretty good shot at it.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll let you go here. But before we do, who do you got to thank for second place tonight?
I always thank my wife for putting up with my crazy racing life, the good Lord for my health, and my teammates at Can-Am Racing. A few of them are here tonight. Jeff Gilmore had some internet issues and had to leave. I always hate to see that. And then you guys for putting on a good show.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, again, congratulations on second place, and good luck next week at Auto Club.
All right. Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks, Rudy, guys. You have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
All right, Rudy, you got third.
I do. Kenneth Mikesell coming home third tonight. Great run here tonight, Kenneth. You started 8th. You didn't lead any laps, but a good night overall, finishing up here on the podium.
Yeah, I just tried to save tires throughout the race, but I guess I saved a little too much at the end and tried to run them down, but it didn't work out for me.
Yeah. Well, it was tough out there, man. I'll tell you what. Once that field got spread out, it was like you just couldn't catch anybody.
Yeah, well, pretty much when everybody's running about the same lap times, it's hard to do.
Yeah, man, oh man. What would you think of tonight's race? Caution free the whole way. Would you have liked to seen a caution to get the field caught up or not?
I prefer the long run races myself. I mean, cautions are in every other race you're in, so.
Right, yeah. I think that's the majority of the consensus right there. They'd rather see a caution-free race. It's all about you as a driver, and you did it just right tonight too. I mean, only 2 positions you could have done any better, So, and those 2 out front were just like in a league of their own. They did an excellent job. They hit their marks every time, and that's what it takes. Dwayne did, we did a ride along with him at the beginning of the race, and he was talking about the consistency, and you get yourself in that what did you call it? Like a pad or not a pattern?
Rhythm.
Would you
get yourself
in a rhythm? Yeah, rhythm. You get yourself in a rhythm. That's what you got to do at these oval tracks, don't you?
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's what racing's all about.
Yeah, getting into a rhythm like that. So, well, you guys go to Auto Club next week. How you feel about that compared to Homestead?
Actually, I like that track, so ought to do pretty good there.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm kind of excited about it too. 2 mile oval should be pretty good racing. So, all right. Well, who you got to thank for your third then, Kenneth, before you get out of here?
Well, I'd like to thank my wife for letting me race all the time, and my teammates, Team Outcast, and that's about it for me.
All right, Kenneth. Well, we'll catch you next week and see what you can do. I don't know, unless you're running tomorrow night. You might be running tomorrow night too. So
yeah, I probably will.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right, Dwayne. Let's run down through the final results here. Cone Man, Gary Slapinski getting the win here tonight. Jared Daniels finishing in second, 3.6 seconds behind him, but still second place. Kenneth Mikesell in third, Tim Racino fourth, Gary Ragland fifth, John Held sixth, Robert Bears in seventh, Robert DuPont eighth, Sergeant Pierce there in ninth, and Dirty Don Davis, Big Don, finishing in 10th. Dwayne?
John Henderson will bring it home 11th, last car on the lead lap. Gary Whitmer in 12th, first car 1 lap down. Sandy Curtis brings it across the line in 13th. Thomas Holder 14th. George Rincon 15th. Dave Acacia 16th. And Jeff Gilmore with connection problems out early in 17th place.
All right. Well, again, thank you, Dwayne, for helping out tonight. Do appreciate it. Thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.